No, it's a very good question.
Subprimer's like a slur?
What does
Yeah.
too much supply mean? Well, then you get the people, go back to your first question to me,
The financial crisis.
government leaders. Government leaders know if they're good, and they can do mathematics, they can balance their checkbooks. So certain people in Congress said, well, how do you value these subprime mortgages? The banks say we've been valuing them the same way we've always valued them for the past 20 years. The accounting...
This is like listening to a dev explain how they designed the game. You know, like, it's like listening to, yeah. It's like a dev interview.
Firms, there's something in this country called GAAP accounting, which is a standard type of accounting.
Generally accepted accounting principles.
And we account for them the same way we've always accounted for them.
villain.
If
I'm not
we
judging.
paid $1,000 for your mortgage last night,
Yes.
when we put it on our books today, we're going to say its value is $1,000.
Right.
You picked the right guy
Makes
for the
sense.
job,
I paid for it.
Sugar.
What's its
Like
value?
Blizzard, yeah.
It's $1,000. That's what I paid for it last night. No. The Congress people said, that's not really a good answer, you know. That doesn't give us confidence that you know what you're doing. Because
No matter
what happens if you have to sell it tomorrow morning?
Uh-huh.
This
is explained in the movie The
something's
Big Short.
happened and you have to sell it. Remember there's a concept of
30
stress
seconds
tests?
before you attack. Get
Would
ready.
you be able to value it
Kinetic kick.
at what you paid for it the day before? And Wall Street says, that's not the way you can think about this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
We always value things at the cost from the
I
day
can't
before.
wait. I'm listening to an accounting
And they
lecture.
changed the accounting
When the
method.
dev speaks, you listen.
In essence, to say not what it was
That's
worth
crazy.
yesterday, but if I have to
Battle
sell,
starts in 5, 4,
what would it be
3,
worth?
2,
Yeah.
1.
That's impossible. So what happens
All you
is
need to do is
every
capture the
bank
mission
now
area.
has to
Got it?
value something they bought yesterday at lower
Broken man.
than they paid.
Architect, yeah.
With so many lives.
Never before in 20 years did they have to do this. So something they bought at 1,000 on their books was
Now that's
1,000.
some real
There's no-
power.
I'm gonna be
Hostile
honest.
ahead.
The more I watch this, the more I'm not sure if he's dead.
Now 990.
Yeah.
That starts to. You asked the question about what did I start to think about.
I don't know.
Something's 1,000 at 990. This person now has to value at 980.
When did you first start to get nervous? Understanding Bill Clinton in all this. Did you change glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
I changed shirt.
I saw the black.
Bro, he changed his shirt in the middle of the interview.
Capture the mission area.
Yeah, great. I think we're gonna have all kinds of changes. to this.
I'm experimenting. Okay.
I'm in good shape now.
When did you get a feeling? Did you ever anticipate
Something that.
before it happened something like 2008 could happen?
No.
He body swapped?
How could that be?
It's the word I can beat it to death is that it's very much like would I anticipate I'll have a heart attack tomorrow? Unlike that.
Was 2008 a heart attack or a stroke? Debilitating.
It's a better. I don't. It was both. Why was it both? Because in fact, as I said, the blood was getting dried up in the system, and the head, which is sort of the central bank, wasn't working. So to some extent, it was a combination of which is a crisis.
Did you see that building up over time?
Jesus.
It's always been lurking in the background. I mean, if you have an older parent,
Search
would you
Epstein
say
alive?
it's possible? Did you anticipate him
Guys.
having a heart attack today? No, you hope things are going to go better and maybe they'll fix it up. The
The time
system was
travel-
getting
yeah.
too complex, and it wasn't based on derivatives because the people keep forgetting. And as I've just explained, Wall Street
Man.
and in many professions, including Wall Street makes it sound complicated. They don't want the little guy to understand what they do because they make so much money, and they don't do very much. So they couch it in words like derivative and stock options and commodity futures and different types of contracts. It's all fairly, everyone is capable of understanding. It is not complicated. But Wall Street, because they make so much money from doing fairly simple things, needs to make it more complicated than it really is.
Captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
We had a very big recession in the early 90s based upon real estate and Japan.
Dude, it's just like I enjoyed living in ignorance more. Yeah, he just. What the fuck, man? Like, I don't even know what to say. Oh my god. We're gonna move around a little bit more in a couple of minutes, okay?
And basically imploded.
Once again, you had a recession in the 90s. I don't know what it's always interesting to look back and say, separate from the certain triggers, like in the 70s, there was
What do you think was based on the 90s?
no, I know there was a downturn. That's what I know for sure. I don't.
That's a fact.
That's all. Everything else is sort of speculation
Wow.
about why did he have
I
that?
understand that, but there's some speculation that has 0% probability of being true, and there's others that have 90%. In the range, when you look at the range of alternatives of what could have caused it in 90, and what I'm trying to do is get you all the way up to 2000.
This is insane.
Look, you're the smartest guy in the room, right? Do you think there's anybody in the world today?
This is going to be a bad question.
No, but do you think anybody in the world today, the Alan Greenspans, the Bernankes, is there any central banker you know, any partner of any Wall Street firm, any guy running a trading desk, and I would take it that would be, or anybody at Larry Fink at BlackRock, Steve Schwartzman at Blackstone, the top 100 financial guys, and let's throw in a couple of Nobel economists, and let's throw in the best professors at Wharton, at Harvard, at Stanford. Do you think that there's anybody that understands money or understands the world's financial system as good as you?
There must be.
But it doesn't come to the top of the head. Okay, fine.
I'm opening a portal.
Wow. Holy shit. Bro, what the fuck?
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Oh my fucking god. His face.
Now that I've got let's go back to 1990. In that arc from the fall of the Berlin Wall to 2008, we started with the implosion in Tokyo of the Japanese economy, the Japanese financial markets. We had the huge run-up in internet stocks, right? We had the implosion of that in 2000. The bankruptcy of Drexel Burnham in 90, implosion of Japan, huge run-up in equity markets for the internet, implosion of the internet in 2000, 10 years later roughly, and then this run-up through the Iraq War and all that, the run-up to 2008. Every 10 years, it seems like, we're in some sort of 10 years before the 1990s was the 70s. Am I
You
just...
sound like an astrologer.
Okay.
And not a philanthropist.
I agree with the mathematician. It just seems to me a pattern of every 10 years.
That's misleading. That's exactly right. Because people like to see patterns. People like to see patterns where there are none.
So a pattern of a financial crisis every 10 years is just in my mind.
Yes.
Long-term capital.
Jesus, he just says it. Oh my god.
In 5,
This is nuts.
3, 2,
What the fuck is this?
all you need to do is capture the mission
I just,
area. Got it?
yeah. Emperor
Nice of
Palpatine? No,
y'all
I
to
was
show up
actually
here.
thinking about that, right?
The heck were you when me and Remy
This is
tied
more
the
like
knot?
Darth Plagueis. And then what followed after Darth Plagueis is Palpatine, who took over the government. Who's that?
Behold the god of thunder!
And long-term capital was a heavy bailout back in the late 90s. When everybody and that wasn't a big, that bailout was small.
How about
It was
that,
$5 billion, it was $30 billion.
Businesses fail all the time.
But the long-term capital, the Federal Reserve stepped in.
I'm saying people go bad. Things go bad all the time.
Yes, the local, you're correct. The audience is watching this, the little guys, they go bankrupt all the time and nobody gives a shit. You know why? They're little guys. But when long-term capital management goes bankrupt, or Bear Stearns goes bankrupt, or Lehman Brothers goes bankrupt, people care because
No, it's an unfair characterization.
Why do you say that?
Because again, it's the complexity of the situation. If you think about we have a complex system. You have your body. Now, in fact, the little guy is left in there.
Bear Stearns is your heart.
That's correct. The banking system is my heart. The system, I can't risk because remember, it's not only my.
You haven't been able to name.
Hang on.
You haven't,
What, hang on.
No, hang on.
I'm trying to let's see if the hang on
No,
works.
no,
It
no, you
didn't work.
haven't been able. You're not good at that. You're like junior wizard trying to do it. You haven't.
Yes.
Say, since we can't name another guy that's as good as you. Now, there may be a couple out there. You're not bragging. You're humble.
Dude, this is.
You've captured more than half
Oh
of the
my
missionary.
God.
Keep going.
Who is this? This is insane. Really, this is nuts.
It had to be sometime. Please tell me there was sometime before you went to jail and basically got cut off from daily information in the summer of 2008.
The most humble.
That
Yes,
you start to
clearly.
get very nervous. That this
Don't read the
complex
video.
system
It was
is
taken
something
down.
that's deep
No, it
wrong.
wasn't. I'll try it again.
Okay,
Copy. Paste.
When I say no one understands the system better than I
See?
do, it doesn't mean I
You always
understand.
sound like a doctor that's afraid you're going to get sued for giving a thing.
Yeah,
He's not going
no,
to take
no.
on any liability. There's no contingent liability.
No. But the word understand is the problem.
Okay.
I don't understand the system. So I don't understand the financial system.
Please stop. You cannot sit here.
No.
We just went through, I'll go through again. The hedge fund managers, the money managers, the central bankers, the commercial bankers, the heads of the investment banks, the heads of all the trading desks, the top economists, and I'll throw in the business school lecturers at Stanford, of all the top 200, 250. You can't name at the top of your head the guys are at least at your level. You have to understand it somewhat.
No. Sorry. We all don't understand.
Man,
No one understands. It's a mirror.
Jesus Christ.
That's part of the problem. It's impossible to understand. And that word understand simply means if this happens here, that will
Please share the
happen.
video. Yeah, this is nuts. Let me go back. I'm gonna find the other ones too. So apparently he talks about the Illuminati.
What armor is this? Ouch, dark magic.
Like it was yesterday, one of the headlines in Time magazine said, "David,
You'll
please
have to keep
fire
fighting
yourself."
until we have a winner.
So
Way to victory.
he thought that there was a world that existed that would be a combination of both politics and business and leadership. What do I mean? He formed something called the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was something, people that, the Illuminati, was some mystery.
No way. Oh my God.
About it, people that ran the world.
Actually said it.
It was politicians, but David said most countries, it
Way.
was some mystery, said it was leadership. A world that existed that would be a combination of both politics and business and leadership. What do I mean? He formed something called the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was something, people that, the Illuminati, was some mystery.
No way. Oh my God.
About it, people that ran the world.
Actually said it.
It was politicians, but David said most countries, the politicians get elected for 4 years or 8 years, separate from the royal families in England or in the Middle East. Someone's there for 4 years and then they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
The most important people to have stability and consistency would be businessmen. So he formed this Trilateral Commission of businessmen and politicians from three.
He's literally talking about how they made the fucking basically the Illuminati.
Right gal for the job, sugar.
This is it's so you literally have. So remember what I said? This is like a dev video.
I hope you rested up on your honeymoon.
It's literally just a dev video.
It's time for business.
Alex Jones was right about everything.
But I sure am feeling. Be wary. No time.
Oh my God.
Where Magneto yields.
He's showing the source code. He is.
Gambit don't need a full hand to win.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2,
I just
One.
wow.
Major continents.
All you
So it
need
was
to
the
do is capture
North
the mission
American,
area. Got
the
it?
Europeans, and the Asians. So he said to me, would you like to be on a trilateral?
Yeah.
No?
As I said, bro, I talked to McAfee once. It was probably the most starstruck I'd ever been. Like, whenever I like, because, like, I was gonna get him, try and get him to join Train Notes podcast. But whenever I talked to him, I was like,
I was 30 years old. 32 years old. I said, great. And he said, well, you have to fill out this application so they have your bio. And I looked at the list of people, and it was Bill Clinton, former president of the United States, Paul Volcker, every great leader in America, the Asians, the Japanese, and with a very long description of their history. And they asked me to fill in what I would like to have written. And I wrote Jeffrey Epstein, comma, just a big kid.
so he's just there with everybody else on his commission with everybody. Yeah, we already saw this part. Just a minute.
Derivatives were not a fundamental, derivatives are not a fundamental cause of anything.
On the, so the, was it Sunday or Monday? I think it was Monday morning when you made your 2 collect calls and you were talking to Bear Stearns on one hand and Morgan Stanley on the other.
JP Morgan.
JP Morgan. Did you, that was Monday morning, did you, Jeffrey, being one of the financial geniuses in the world,
Help get that vehicle.
did you understand what Lehman Brothers going into bankruptcy, the domino effect, that by Thursday the financial system would be under such extremis that if it didn't have $1 trillion cash infusion in the United States, it might collapse? Did you know that? Did you view that? Yes. You did? Yeah. Why?
Again, I don't want to bore you or the audience with the idea that it's a medical procedure, but you had system failure. So you'd recognize that if I said to you that the real thing, your father was on the ground and he was clutching his chest and he couldn't breathe, it is a bad situation.
He's full of shit. I mean, like, if this guy, the thing is that, I mean, this guy was like, it is astonishing to see how influential this random guy is. Really, I mean, it's insane. It's dropping more. Yeah, I mean, this is nuts. He's a real life Sith Lord. Yeah, this guy's like a Sith Lord or something. Like, what the fuck? He's there, like, fucking, this is insane. Like, I don't even know how he's not full of shit. Yeah, that's what's nuts. At the end of the video, he talks about Satan. Oh no. Okay. He could be schizo ranting? Apparently not.
We should go now, no?
Could die. That's how I saw it.
Did you immediately think about the commercial paper market? I mean, the mechanical triggers that actually you had to blow through these circuit boards. Did you know of the circuits? Did you understand the circuits? Or did you have a concept of the circuits that were blown through?
Yes, but only because of an analogy to a body. And in fact, from my telephones against the wall with my little metal wires, because the next day I talked to another person in Washington about the issues of what I thought was happening, and I made the same discussion about the...
There at the Treasury Department?
Yes.
So he just makes a call to the Treasury Department.
In a 6x9 cell in
The clothes are outside the store.
in Palm Beach County, California.
West Palm Beach, Florida.
West Palm Beach, Florida.
Wait, so he's in jail and he calls
We
the
are
Treasury from jail?
Enemy ahead of us.
I'll go 27 minutes after this.
Right.
West Palm Beach, Florida. West Palm Beach, Florida. West Palm Beach, Florida. You're making a call to Washington, D.C. to talk to some deputies,
Someone
secretary,
interested.
right, someone in charge.
Right.
And that does not, the night before you go to bed, it doesn't dawn on you at all. You never have a moment of self-reflection that, how did I end up on this metal cot when I should be at the center of things?
No, I had a telephone, so I said, I can talk to, it makes no difference where I am. In fact, I'm still talking to the same person if I was at my home in Palm Beach. But I'm here in jail. I can dial my own phone.
Well, but you can also make 1,000 phone calls. Here you gotta make one, he's gotta
Think
take.
how much better that was. I had to decide who was the right person to call. That was unusual for me. Because I would have called 20 people.
And what was the advice you gave?
I said, you have a sick patient. And it's very much like a sick patient in the emergency room. You can't think about it like your car. People in normal walks of life think about money and things as a machine. And unfortunately, so if your car breaks, cars are always easy to fix. My jets, my cars, if it breaks, I know it can be fixed because it simply follows the same pattern. If this part breaks, you replace the part and the thing works again. People and the financial system are not machines. They can't be fixed the same way. You can't simply take out the put some more juice into the commercial paper market, and that's like replacing the carburetor on the car. It's much more, I have a patient who can't breathe, has a stomach problem, can't see.
This is nuts. Chad, all calling to space right now should make you feel sick? No, absolutely not. I think this is a revealing thing. A lot of the people that have always been villains inside of, like, this is the issue that I think Marvel movies and, you know, TV shows have confused a lot of people into. A lot of the people that are the biggest villains in history are incredibly smart, extremely charismatic, and, like, ridiculously competent. Insanely competent. This entire idea that all the villains are like these big, you know, dumb, you know, the big dumb fat guy bully, you know, that you just beat him, you punch him in the face, and then, oh, we got him, and that's it. That's not how it works. It's not.
If you ain't gonna use those powers,
Bleeding at the same time. What do I do first? I have to think about it as a system. Where's the most logical
Dr.
place?
Doom?
What's the most
Yeah.
dangerous place? If your heart stopped, we have to start your heart again. In the equivalent to
it's just
the money market,
this ain't exactly the honeymoon you promised.
why do I have to start your heart again? You need to get your blood flowing. If your blood stops, you're dead.
The battle
If
starts in
liquidity,
5, 4,
which is the equivalent of blood
2,
in the financial system, dries up.
Liquidity is basically cash, putting cash into the
Forget
system.
about what it is. Liquidity is liquidity. It allows the system, it's the blood of the system. You need to pump blood hard into the body of the economy to keep it flowing. And if you, especially when you're worried about someone dying, you're not going to be worried about the niceties of, well, you got the shirt dirty, there's some damage. Pumping that blood, keep that whole
When you
pumping
talked to
blood.
the person in Treasury on Tuesday, the 16th, did you get a feeling that you were sitting in your 6x9 jail cell in West Palm Beach, Florida, that they were on top of things?
No, it's impossible to be on top of things. There's no such thing. It's again, the doctor watching the patient die, you hopefully have some confidence that he's seen it before. He recognizes that there are some steps he has to take first before he bandages the guy's finger or worries about what shoes he has on. So you hope that the people in charge, your doctors who are working on the emergency patient, have enough experience and, frankly, judgment to try to keep the patient alive.
Did you think that they had those things, patience and judgment?
They had pretty good judgment, and you needed a lot of luck, just like in the dead patient. You need to, hopefully you put that blood in and it's not too late. And you make some mistakes, but you have to know you're going to have to give it a shock.
In the run-up to
So all this is
September crash,
this is all from jail, and this is him talking about being in jail.
how did you hear about what was going to happen to Lehman Brothers, and what did you immediately think when you heard they was going to be put into
You're
bankruptcy?
halfway there. Keep going.
I'm glad you asked that question. I was in solitary confinement September 14th.
Now, how about they
And
know about this?
again, some of the public stories about the wonderful time I had in jail and of my work release, which didn't come for months after.
Yeah.
I'd been there for years in an 8x10 cell with a bed in the back, 6-foot bed in the back, a chrome sink with a toilet attached to it, and a little piece of metal sticking out that was supposed to act as a table. Now, since I was in jail, there were no books. Why? There's no library. No library, because I'm in jail.
Yeah, wow.
No, I was in jail, not prison. So in jail, I was in a place that's called the special housing.
Let me get to the other part too. Okay, there's one more. There's two more.
Dog with a phone and stuff. Yes, you can't. There's something deeply fucked up with you.
At least something.
What we know.
Wait, what?
Yes, you get two criminals. I was a trustee in the jail because I was able to teach some of the kids to help them get their GED. So that's how they gave me a trustee job.
There's no time. I gotta go back to this because
My
I'm like
God.
a dog with a bone in this thing. Yeah, you can't. There's something deeply fucked up with you. At least, well, we know there are things that you will get through in this film, but you cannot possibly have to sit there knowing that you came from nowhere, knowing that you went to the very top of what is considered outside of science and maybe physics, the thing people most admire because it's like alchemy, understanding high finance.
Uh-huh.
To sit there in what will be the defining financial crisis of our time, like Black Friday and Black Monday, whatever it was in the Great Depression, and be there at that exact moment, triggered in part by a firm that used to be a partner and knew intimately well and created much of your initial net worth because of, and know that you couldn't, someone who lives on a, right?
Yes.
Because you do live on a, right?
Yeah, sure.
You had to make just two collect calls. You cannot tell me sometime during that day you did not have that conversation with yourself of how the fuck did I do this to myself to put myself in West Palm Beach, 6 by 9 cell, with never fucking bed, with a brown shirt that said trust me, spelled wrong.
So did I find it amazing that I was there? That's a
Not
better-
amazing, and I don't want to say it's not funny.
I wasn't funny.
Right. Not amazing.
No, it was incredible.
Incredible in what way?
Yes.
Incredible, like how do I do this to myself?
No. It's as incredible as me sitting here in this house. They're both just two sides of the coin. That's how I think. That my life today is incredible.
You consider yourself a stoic?
No. I just consider myself a hermit. Stoics are not very happy.
Being a hermit, though, being in that 6 by 9 cell, being in the cell, qua the cell was not the problem. Right?
What?
What was the problem?
The eating the almond joy bars.
Because you couldn't eat the food.
I just, dude, this is.
You know, but remember, my life is
Did that ever strike you that I gotta I can't
Oh my
eat the
God.
food because somebody might have done something to it? I gotta eat, I gotta live off an almond joy bar, one a day or two a day or whatever, how many ever sneak in
Alright.
a day.
no sneaking in.
Your one almond joy bar, did did not hit you at some time? How the fuck did I do this?
No.
Let's go back to the spring of 2000. Were you so wrapped up?
I very devilish? Yes. Holy shit, man. What the fuck? Dude lived off one almond joy bar a day? Like, I don't know. What the? Like, understandably, bro scares me? Yeah, what the fuck is this? I never listened to him talk before. Yeah, I've never heard Jeffrey Epstein ever in an interview or talk or anything like that. Interview's cracking as he's the one asking the questions. So this is Steve Bannon interviewing him. He time traveled. Do you have the phone number of the Treasury Department? No, I don't have the Treasury Department phone number. Sorry, guys. The interview is seriously fascinating. Yeah, it's insane. Like, I don't even know what to say. You know he's a compulsive liar? No way he lies. No, wait, what? You think Jeffrey Epstein's a liar? How could you say that about him? What do you mean? No way.
Your personal issue at the time, you were not spending enough time on the financial markets, or were you deeply involved in the financial markets like you normally were?
No, I was involved.
And so we're saying that the smartest guy in the room didn't see it coming.
No, of course
The
not.
bankruptcy of Bear Stearns, you just thought was a Bear Stearns problem.
You picked the right gal for the
You didn't
job,
see it as
sugar.
systemic.
I know you keep harping on it, but it's not.
Because you're a mathematician and understands systems.
I-
It seems that anybody that understands that they had a systemic problem, you at least be the first on the early search radar.
He called the
If
Treasury?
you're not going to see
Yeah.
it, then I'm really afraid, because that means that I always assume there's at least a set of guys out there that have some sort of sense that something's not right.
Imagine the guy who has a stroke or had the heart attack. When you ask him, did you feel funny the day before?
Probably no.
He's going to tell you, yeah, I didn't
30
feel right.
seconds
Something
before
was
you
off. I didn't
Get
feel
ready.
right. I had a.
I thought
my,
you wouldn't
my
actually.
stomach
I
was
thought you
right. I
wouldn't.
felt a
That
little
was-
dizzy. I felt a little weak. But if you asked him the day before, do you think you're going to have a heart
Well,
attack
the
tomorrow?
girls
He'd
get
say, no, I
absorbed
just feel a little weak.
hours
I'm a
and
little
the
dizzy.
fella
My stomach hurts.
What a pair.
So these systems, and that's the issue of complexity. What complexity says is that, in fact, everything seems to go along, and people have seen it. One of the great examples
3,
of
2,
complex systems
1.
is sand dunes.
All you need to do is capture the mission
In
area.
fact, the sand
Got
keeps
it?
building up. People have seen some, and all of a sudden, one more sand drop, and all the sand starts running down the hill.
Yeah.
That's the way I see the financial
So
market.
you funded Santa Fe in the early 90s or later?
Jesus, man. Like, this is nuts. Like, dude's a master manipulator? Yeah. Like, I just, like, wow. The fuck? What, press him on it? No one in the government stopped the crash? Yeah, I guess not. What the fuck, man? I need a link? Yeah, I'll link it. This is the last
We had about
Apparently he talks about Satan.
science and Newtonian physics and everything that we can measure is really not going to be the way we go forward. It's going to be much more esoteric, emotional intelligence thing. Was that your clarity?
I wish it was, because it would make such a great story for this interview. But it's not. It's the fact that I lead such a privileged life to come across.
When it didn't happen then, when did it, or did it happen before?
I was going to hopefully get to this. I'm in a privileged position to have some of the world's smartest people come to my house and tell me what they think about different subjects. And I finally realized that the thing that they had most in common was there was this area, no matter how smart they were, that when I asked them the questions, they said they'd have to resort to a 500 or 1,000-year-old response to that question, which was, I don't know.
You know who else found that out?
In
Socrates. That's what Socrates kept doing, right? Socrates kept asking all the experts. He would go through, question after question after question, and realize at the end
Socrates.
they didn't really know.
Wow.
They really didn't basically understand what they were talking about.
And one of the things that people will enjoy, it turns out that potentially one of the bad things to teach children is how to write.
That's crazy. Wow. Oh, wow.
The mystic arts won't fail me again.
Uh-huh.
So it's writing, reading, and arithmetic was supposed to be, everyone's supposed to be taught. But writing forces you into a very narrow channel of thinking. You have to write in a certain form, in a certain way, in a certain linear pattern. So your thinking becomes somewhat narrow. The reason I brought up writing is one of the recent discoveries of mine with respect to Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Is they never wrote anything. They spoke, and people around who could write wrote. Socrates could think. So that was
Jesus of Nazareth is the
I
same.
wish I had watched this when I was 7. I would have just shown it to my mom. See, Mom, I told you I don't have to write. Look at him. See? This guy's like a millionaire.
Right.
I thought he was a carpenter.
He was a carpenter.
And didn't he need like a little carpenter's to I don't want to get that.
But at least his written record.
Right.
One last thing.
Thank you for having me to your house. Vegetables.
Let's go back.
Let's get vegetables.
When did that, the beginning of that, was there only one aha moment in all these great thinkers? Did it happen before 2008? Was it after? That came up over, I know, many years. But when did you actually realize, hey, something new's got to be developed?
Yeah, that's great. Is that because
Well,
again,
absolutely.
I'm privileged enough to have people around me who've given lots of philanthropic gifts to institutions of higher learning. And when I said the impact, how do you judge the impact of your giving? And we sat down and said, no really new ideas have come out. And I realized that, of course, it hasn't come out because we've been looking at using science and mathematics, and it's the wrong tools. It's obvious.
Are we about to go into the next dimension here? Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go.
Institutions that are set up to try to put forward knowledge and understanding. Should they take your money?
Derek Bach at Harvard said taking money for good causes is a good thing.
So if Hitler took all the gold out of the teeth of the Jews, and
Our enemies are near.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we gotta give him that for this one. So, taking the gold teeth out of Jews. Hitler taking the gold teeth out of Jews.
said, I want to give this to Heidelberg University to fund allegiance chairs,
Anyway.
so that I can study high energy physics. Derek Bach would say that was fine.
Again, it's these questions are questions where good people on both sides, like your Charlottesville, could differ. I don't know the answer to these questions.
Tell us the two. Give us the two answers. The one answer why it shouldn't be, and then the one answer. Derek Bach says, I'll essentially take cash from anybody because I got so many projects, so many good guys, and this is the way I'll do it. So I'm indifferent the way to pay. Money's money, and if I got good guys, I'm the fiduciary. Says these are good people, and this is good research. Okay, I'll take the cash from from any source, including you.
Oh,
What's the other?
Voldemort.
Let me give you I know in my case,
Is your money dirty money?
if you live,
Just ask a question. Is your money dirty money?
no, it's not. So in fact,
Why is it not dirty money?
because I earned it, a heart.
But you earned it.
I earned it legally.
We went back to this before. You earned it advising the worst people in the world, right?
The moon haunts you.
Oh my God.
That be known as bad things. Just to make more money.
So instead of asking me the question, should you take the money? So I think it's a legitimate question.
You think it's a legitimate question?
Yes, no
Why?
question. Because I think we have ethics is always a complicated subject, but I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers who received the vaccine, who know their child now won't get polio, and ask them if Epstein should have helped these people.
If we
Man.
want, you're a mathematician. if you're a mathematician,
Holy
we walk
goodness,
into that
yeah.
country where they're giving that money out to these people that are the most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from a, what are you, class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
What's tier 1?
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
No, tier 1. Oh, wow. Corrects him. Jesus Christ. Like, what is this? I don't even know what to say. He admitted, yeah, he just said it. Oh my God.
One's the highest and worst.
No, I'm
The lowest.
I'm the lowest.
You're the
yes.
lowest.
Oh.
Okay, tier
You'll
1,
need
you're
a
the
top-notch
lowest.
team to win this one.
But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children?
95%.
I would say everyone said I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
I think if you told them,
Yeah,
if I told them
100%.
the devil
Himself.
said, I'm
Here we go.
going to exchange some dollars for
Do
your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No matter the odds, we'll find a
No,
way
but
to
I do have a good mirror.
You picked the right gal for the job.
Our past was mired in loss and grief.
What?
Future belongs to mutant kind.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Serious question.
Oh, sorry.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember the devil is
the
somebody
devil
knows
smart?
the devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No, the devil scares me.
Satan is at the number 1 or 2 archangel.
2,
And the reason he goes to hell and leads the rebellion is because he can't be the top guy. And his thing is, I'd rather reign in hell than serve in heaven.
I saw that in a movie once called American Dharma. I don't remember who said it. Okay? You have to go.
I love how he doesn't even entertain the, these like metaphysical questions. He like, just doesn't even give a shit about it. Yeah, wow, okay. Well, holy shit, man. Satan is a cherub, not an archangel? I thought he was an archangel. I thought so. And, yeah, I could be wrong. But, yeah, we have more high schools in Michigan allowing kids to protest against ICE. Getting ridiculous. Probably, who cares? I mean, let me read some of the comments. We got a Jeffrey Epstein interview before GTA 6. By the way, the interviewer is actually Steve Bannon, who was working on Epstein's media trainer at the time. Never thought I'd listen to Jeffrey Epstein ASMR videos. Wow. Absolute. We're not gonna use that one. That's a high level one. A lot of people don't use this one. And this interview is coordinated by Bannon to redeem his public image, yet he makes no attempt to even fake any sense of accountability for his crimes. Wow. And yet pseudo-intellectual dribble and arrogance obfuscating the groceries of their lack of humanity. These people are revolting. Amazing how you can instantly tell how much of a clone Epstein really was within a couple of minutes of long-form speaking. I don't know about that. You never see footage of this guy. This is pretty rare. Yes. Holy fucking shit. Wow. Well, there it is. The groceries. I don't know about that, but groceries. What do you mean black groceries? Is that what I said? Yeah, I'll link you guys the interview. So why are we supporting this government at all again? Well, I mean, like, what else are you gonna do? Like, there's the video right there. That's what it was. You want to watch the whole thing. And, wow. Did you see the one where he chases small children on X? I did see that, actually. I did. It was a video. It had kids in it, so I chose not to show it. And that's the reason why. 100% this video is getting removed? Yeah, I would say so. And do you think Epstein's dead after watching this interview? I think that it's much less likely that Epstein is dead. But I do think it's like, I mean, it's going from like 98 to 97%. I think he's dead. But like at the same time, I mean, this guy was so influential. He had so much power. Everybody apparently knew this guy. He's making calls to the Treasury, from a payphone in jail. Like, it's really kind of insane whenever you think about it. And it's like, is this really somebody that just straight up just killed himself in jail? I mean, it's really hard to imagine that. It is. I mean, like, I guess things like that happen, but it's just really kind of surprising. This was hilarious to watch this happen. These people on Twitter had a meltdown over this game.
So great to be back. I have missed you guys so much. I know I was gone for a little while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So sorry. Between the holidays, we're catching up on games, getting a new puppy, and then unfortunately getting seriously ill. But I am doing well now, and I can touch more on all of that at the end. But first, we have to catch up on everything that has happened while I was gone. Well, Play Obscure had a massive sweep at the Game Awards
That's
at
right.
the end of last year, and
Best game
we
of the
also
year,
witnessed the
by
trailer drop
far.
for the new Divinity game from Larian.
Nothing
We
was even
saw
close.
not one, not two, but 3 versions of Lara Croft get introduced.
Goddamn.
We learned that it is totally okay and even encouraged for devs to give feedback on how to make a character hotter, as long as it's Leon Kennedy and
That's
as
right.
long as the devs are women. A game called Code Violet came out as a PS5 exclusive.
I watched DSP play this game. It was so fucking terrible. It was amazing.
Why you ask?
It was
Because the
so
devs said they did not want PC modders to turn it into a
Yep.
unit. Well, given the game's poor reception, we're here now. We also got new Fable news, and while I am still not 100%
looks better.
on this one, I will at least say the world looks very whimsical. It gives a lot of Hogwarts Legacy vibes. 2 medieval games, nice
Yeah, I think that I think Fable came out like with that gameplay trailer. I think it was a lot better than I had expected. It was a lot better.
That's worth fighting for.
Path and 1348 X Photo both dropped trailers, and these 2 games pretty much perfectly sum up the state of the discourse in the industry right
Man.
now. And then, finally, there's HighGuard, which launched and managed to break almost 100,000 concurrent players.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it has now lost about 90% of those players and is sitting at like
Only 90%.
40,000 mostly negative reviews on Steam. And while everyone is mad at Jeff Keighley for promoting this game, I
It's
am more
not his
concerned
fault.
about Jeff himself. He
Yeah.
was the sole marketer for this game. Basically the only one. What do they have on him? Anyway.
The Lone
The start
Ranger.
to 2026 has been a lot, so let's dive in. I was late night scrolling through Twitter last week when I came across a post of this cutie. It turns out she is a romanceable character
Yeah.
for the upcoming game Nice Path, and I thought, oh wow,
Great.
she's really pretty. That was it. That was my whole thought. And I was about to keep scrolling, but then I remembered. That's not allowed. Not around here, partner. Not around here. Like clockwork, I checked the replies, and there it is. Gunner bait. Incel
No
bait.
modern stuff, but she's clearly wearing makeup that didn't exist in the time your game is set. Having a gay character would be more realistic than having a lipstick. You know, mascara wasn't invented until 1830. I thought this game was supposed to be about realism. Bro, like, it's just... What are y'all talking about?
And I just have to ask,
What is this?
have we really fallen this
game's
far?
gonna be a new
Have we
home for
gotten
incels.
so used to unattractive characters that look like they were
Looks
generated
like a sex doll or a 21st century cosplayer, not a real human being from before the modern times? Right, okay.
by an AI trained on solely mugshots that now a woman with a normal, pretty face is
Yes.
considered Gunner bait. I would like to add, it is literally just her face.
That's right. Yeah, you need to know what her body looks like. Well, do you want to know the reason why people were angry about this? Is because it's a bunch of fat women sitting there that see a pretty attractive girl, and it makes them mad. That's the reason why. As soon as you understand that, basically, I think, this is my opinion, that the entire push of making characters unattractive in video games is just women trying to not see characters that make them feel bad. I think that's literally it. That's the entire thing.
Picture is from the neck up. She is just standing there,
No
minding her
guys
own
asking
business, prettily, and the horny police say straight to jail. But honestly, I was so proud of the devs for sticking to their guns amid the backlash. This art direction came directly from a poll that they had run previously with their audience, and they followed through wholeheartedly. But then came the thing that really set people off. Someone asked if there would be representation in the game. And the devs did. And I realized in that moment that it would not have mattered how they said it.
About gaming and fun, not modern agendas. These people, like, bro, they were so mad over this. And you know what's really funny about this? The game did so well, too. It's already gotten over, like, 100,000, 200,000 wishes.
for what exactly it was that they said. The problem is always going to be that they said.
And look at this profile picture.
And
This guy's
you know what?
He's meaning anyway.
Good for them. Because if this industry is going to course correct, we need devs who can say no
Yeah.
without fear. The
Yeah,
pendulum.
exactly. Like, I mean, if you want to have gay shit in your game, do it. If you don't have gay shit in your game, don't do it. But you can't have a culture where people feel like they can force their ideology on everybody else and then try to shame anybody who's not playing along with it. That's exactly what happened with like removing male and female, where like certain developers felt pressure to get rid of that because other developers were already bullied into it. And then you have a consensus that comes into play, and now everybody's doing it. It's retarded. And the way that you solve it is just by standing up for yourself and saying that, you know what, I'm not going to put up with this shit, and no, it's not okay.
Pendulum has just
Exactly.
got to swing, and this is
Yeah.
what it looks like. We need devs
outrageous.
that are solely focused on the story that they want to tell and something that they are truly passionate about, rather than trying to cater to the modern audience or make something for everyone. We need devs who aren't bending over to appease journalists or loud Twitter activists. Devs who are not using their Steam page solely as a LinkedIn diversity statement. Knight's Path is a game that knows
Man.
exactly who it's
Good
for,
way to say it.
and it is building for them. And it
It
turns
is.
out
It's a guy game. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like any game where they say this is